Hey spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome to Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 as Overpowered Ireland in the Rule Brittania patch. So we can take tech here, but we're going to wait the 2 years to get the bonus. I did take admin tech early because it gave me more innovativeness, and innovativeness is pretty hard to get, but it's also really valuable. We've been pretty much ahead of the time of all techs for basically the entire game. Now, in terms of techs, we need to start getting a move on in Africa and in the New World. We need to start conquering some of these guys because they're gonna start growing up in size, and they're gonna start upgrading their military, and they're gonna become a bigger and bigger problem for me to deal with. Now these guys have issues. Let me have a look at the diplomatic map mode. So you don't have any claims there. You have some claims. You have some claims on Hispania. You're making claims as well, although I thought you had 2 claims here, but they must have ran out. You do have some claims here, which is good. We're going to go ahead and take care of those. I have a claim on that, so I'm going to use that for my vassal. So I think what we're going to do here is let me just double check my force limits real quick. Yeah, I've got a little bit of room for force limit, so I think I want to put in some of more heavy ships in here. I'm thinking, let me see, I'm over my force limit slightly, which is fine. I'm going to put in 4 more heavy ships because we need to compete with England. And that's just going to take a long time to build these up. Alright, so Ashanti. I'm going to give Ashanti some time to core this land and get the unrest down and get it integrated and all that sort of stuff. I think I will also build them a fort. Well, I'd have to develop a province for them. I guess I could do a diplomatic development for them and then boost and then build them a fort so that they can keep their devastation down in this area. If I take a quick look, yeah, this would help with devastation in here. Because this land is going to be going, and it would also give them a defensible spot, and I think it would also give them army tradition to have that fort, and I essentially just subsidize them because I am already sending them money to Ashanti. I think I'm sending them 1.27 ducats. I guess I could send them another 2 ducats for like 50 years just to cover up the fort costs. I don't want to do enable scootage because I want these guys to come to the war and get experience and participate, so I don't have to be doing all of the heavy lifting myself. But yeah, I think I'm going to save up my money, buy them a fort. I'm going to hope they leverage more claims, but I think I have my own claims I'm working on too. In Zazu, I want these 3 provinces here if I can get them, because I believe one of these is a estuary, which would be quite useful. So that'd be quite nice. And otherwise, you know, things are going to be good. Pulling in trade from here, that's nice. And we'll just let things go. Yeah, that's weird. It's weird that does that all the time. It's weird that little pop-up. The Center of Reformation has converted everything it can. So we have improved relations with Ashanti. Okay, so once that guy's back, I'm going to send him to improve relations with all my vassals. I could take another idea here. I'm going to hold off. In particular because military tactics is really important. I don't want to miss out on that, so I'm going to get that as soon as possible, even if it means I fill this out a little bit slower. And we think, how old is Brian getting now? Brian is getting pretty old, so I'm probably going to only be able to do this 1 or 2 more times, but I do want him to get a 3rd personality. But otherwise, I'm in good shape. So yeah, I'm going to build them a fort. I'm going to do a development, build them a fort, and then fill that out. So the fort will cost about 386 ducats, and I'll need to give them maintenance of +2. Oh, hello, my money fell. Significant. Why did my money fall? What is costing me money? I'm paying a lot in diplomatic expenses, which is reasonable. Oh, I think my fort maintenance is what's eating into my income right now. Fort maintenance and navy. In particular here. So I'm going to mothball this navy because I don't need it. That'll save me some income. I'm getting some spoils of war. I'm also running some good advisors too. We can get tech. I'm going to wait on that. Things are going good otherwise. Replenishing our army. Okay, we'll lose a little bit of Diplo power. That's fine. Trade protection against Spain. Okay, 120 ducats arrived. Yeah, I think I definitely want to grab the economic ideas, mainly for this yearly inflation reduction, so I don't have to deal with the inflation from these treasure fleets. The next one is another 2 years away, and it'll be silver worth 120. Cool. So we enforced our religion in here. Their legitimacy is pretty negative, but it should increase. Their balance is okay, mainly because I'm subsidizing them. Let's see, Irish Cuba gains 5% tariff value. Now they're disloyal right now, so I'm actually going to decrease their tariffs. Ah, that's where the money was going. So they must have... Ah, they have better Diplotech than me, so that makes sense. Okay, lots of uprisings, which is fine. I could change the culture here, but I'm not going to bother with that. We're winning those battles hands down. Colonies are developing nicely. Spain keeps de-embargoing me for some reason, I'm not sure why. Maybe they want me to do the same. I guess I could take both of these. I guess I could also save the points. Yeah, but I think we're at a pretty good tariff level with these guys. I could probably go higher. Okay, Pensacola became self-sustaining. Foreign spy defense, that's not so great. So let's make sure we seal off the coastline is basically the idea. We want to make America into basically just for me. So I can get as much out of it as possible. Half tempted to disband some of these armies. I think I have enough New World things going on. I could send them back home. 2 stacks are like good enough to do the job for the majority of the times. Could I fabricate another claim? Let's see. Yeah, I need 30 spy networks, so I think I'll do 3 claims to give to Irish Mexico. These aren't like the greatest provinces ever, but they do the trick, you know? If I can go to Diplo mode. Yeah, they have some claims, and they're working on Spanish claims. Looks like they really want to fight New Spain. Actually, what if I were to get you, Irish Mexico, to declare a colonial war on New Spain? I think they're pretty weak, actually, New Spain, when you consider how strong Irish Mexico is and how they have terrain down here that's basically completely defended. They have a 7 stack. What does New Spain have? New Spain is here. New Spain has basically nothing, so I'm going to go ahead and tell my colony here to go ahead and go for that colonial war. Yeah, go for New Spain. So they should go ahead and try to take care of that. And hopefully they'll do a good job. Now, colonial war is limited. Russia has announced me as a rival. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to take these techs, and it'll save me a little bit of points to take them in a bit. But yeah, you can see he's doing pretty good. I kind of don't mind losing prestige here. I think it's a totally reasonable thing to do. I could become Defender of the Faith. I don't think I'm going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to come down here and build this fort that I wanted. So I'm going to do 1 point of development and then build a fort for my vassal. And then I'm going to send them another... I'm going to cancel these subsidies. And then I'm going to send them new subsidies at the end of the month. Here. I'll gain +1 base tax, that's fine. Military power appeals to me here because I'm trying to get military ideas. We're going to send a gift. Sorry, not a gift. We are going to... Not a loan. We're going to give them subsidies of about 3 gold per month, I think. For the next 50 years is a reasonable amount. That should cover their fort. That'll help their devastation. It'll get them down to a reasonable level. It'll also make them have more army tradition and be better defended. And I think this will also help just keep me safer as we expand these guys into Africa. So I'm kind of investing into my vassals here a little bit. We're waiting for the next... Nicaragua's rising up. Actually, let me have a look here. Where is that happening? Nicaragua is down here, I think. Yeah. But you can see we're making a lot of trade goods, which is really nice. Very good. But Colonial Colombia will want to be next. I do want to control Panama, so I think that'll be something I probably go for next. And I'll let kind of you do your thing. There's a little colonial war going on here. Gain administrative power. Kildara gets medical evolution. Let's have a look. Do I want the admin power? Or what would this give me? Local goods produce modifier for 2 years? 25%. It's really not a huge amount. I think I'm just going to grab the admin points there. It seems more reasonable. Combine these mothballed fleets. Save me a bit of cash. Natives are being pierced upon our pikes. Okay, 1 more month. We can also spend a little bit more points on development here once this month ticks over. I think I might have forgotten to turn off my development edicts in here. Yeah, I did. That's okay. So we have a few points. Let's go ahead and take this. Just so I don't accidentally spend my military points when I want to get those ideas. Let's have a look at who is almost ready for another building. I think I'd like to get another building in my capital. It's pretty expensive to do this. Who else is close? Not really any other places are close, so I think I want to prioritize my capital a little bit here. It's very highly developed. But yeah, I'm probably going to put another click in here just so I can get another building in my cap. Because it's almost maxed out. You see my capital is amazingly strong. If we look at the development map mode, it's probably going to be bright. Yeah, bright green. It's very, very nice. Okay, religious turmoil. Coastal center of trade. Gold Coast. So... has always been closely associated with National Harbour. The settlement's grown to be important. So the Gold Coast has actually become more important. It's now a coastal centre of trade. So it goes from an important natural harbour to a coastal centre of trade. So it gets a little bit more naval force limit, a little bit more sailors, a little bit more trade power. Now the same trade power and slightly better institution spread. Yeah. Hell yeah. Very nice. We do have new types of units. I think we're going to go ahead and take the charge infantry. Ashanti does have high liberty desire, but that should bleed away slowly. Developing their provinces help. I would like to get them loyal, but I actually don't mind them having the money for themselves right now. Once this fort is done, they'll be doing much better. How am I doing, actually? Out of curiosity. My army tradition is now at 0.26. So yeah, I would like to get more forts. I have a fort in my capital. I'd like to get a fort in Sligo as well, but I'd have to do a bit more development. I want to do one more click at my capital, because I think buildings are just really efficient in my capital with how strong it is. Nicaragua became self-sustaining. I want to expand this nation again. So how are you doing? Looks like you are taking these wonderful provinces. Good job. So it's you, Irish Mexico, New Spain. Looks like New Spain is going to surrender, and hopefully Spain itself is tied up in a war. Yeah, it is. It's probably less likely. Wida has risen up. We're going to have to go deal with that. Looks like the unrest in here has dropped. Okay. They're still trying to convert here. So that unrest will be high for a while. But we are in position to help them. He's now a glory seeker, so he gets extra prestige and army tradition, which is nice. How are you doing? Have you fabricated claims yet? No, you haven't, because I think you're still focused on coring up here. But I do now personally have my own claims. So let me... Oh, sorry, it was this guy that I wanted to do it. Fabricate claims in Benin and Iju and Wari. So I'm going to wait until that comes back up to 30. I want to get all 3 of these provinces if I can, because these are all really nice provinces. They're not super developed, but they're pretty reasonable. Now when it comes to this guy, fabricate claim in... Let me see, where do you have claims fabricated? Okay, you have a couple of claims, so I'm going to get Cholulia. Once my vassal is out of this war... Oh, hell yes! They actually completely took this. That's incredible. These guys are going to be super powerful now. They're paying me 14.9 gold per month. I guess the spoils of war were 110, so... Alright, so expenses, outgoing tariffs are quite high for them. Okay, what's causing them? Outgoing tariffs, fort maintenance, colonies maintenance, so I need to give them better subsidies, because right now their income's pretty rough because they just acquired all this new land. Where's their unrest, mostly? So where are they, what are they doing to convert? Let me see, they're building artillery over here. They're coring all this land. So I'm just going to park my army over here to help them. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my subsidies with them, and then send them better subsidies in the coming days. Mercantilism or military power? Well, I am going for military idea. The mercantilism is just so good. Alright, nice. We got another trade ship. We did lose a little bit to hostile. As long as I'm losing like less than 1% to, or like, say, less than 5% to pirates, I don't mind. What this does mean, we can start getting manufactories here in my main places. Be good. They'll take a while to build, but they will, you know, add a lot of value over the course of the game. Bring up how many of the goods I'm trading in and all that sort of stuff. So we completely eliminated Spain from North America basically there. The only other place they have left is this area. So gold has a chance to spawn in some of these areas. That's what we're kind of banking on. We're hoping to get the gold from here. Let's see, you're reasonably strong. These guys are not that far behind in Miltech though, but I am going to tell you to declare a colonial war. Irish Canada, you have a decent thing, so I'm going to say you should... okay, what about you? What about New Ireland? I think you should start a colonial war. Oh. Don't you have Miami? Oh, I guess colonial war only works with certain types of nations, I guess. Well, could I tell Cuba to go to... Could I tell Irish Mexico to do that again? Start a war in colony. That's what I want to do. Interesting. So New Ireland is getting to a level where I would feel that I could get a lot of value from increasing tariffs here. 0.81 ducats a month. They're not doing much with that money. Now, Irish Mexico, on the other hand, I'm definitely going to give them subsidies of like 5 ducats a month for 30 years. So we'll call it like here, we'll go 30 years. And the goal here is just to try to help them stabilize and core all this land, and hopefully they'll give me value back over time. Now, as for New Ireland, I think it is reasonable to do that, but what I also want to do is I want to come back in here and make sure I went up to 50 thing here. Trade value of 20 is so huge in my capital. It's craziness. But now we can build another building. And I'd like another 1,000 manpower. Let's see, what could we build in here in my capital? Okay, so we could build Town Hall, University. We could definitely build a manufactory. Getting extra manpower would be pretty nice. I'm kind of going to get into the part of the game here soon. Once I get this next idea, I'm going to have like a lot of force limit. And having the manpower to replenish that will be pretty important, because I'm already up at like 64 army force limit, which is more force limit in soldiers than I can replenish in manpower. So the barracks, I think, makes total sense here in the capital, because it'll give me an extra 2,000 manpower, which is like a pretty decent amount, and it'll only get better. Okay, so I have a bigger spy network against you. Can I do any sabotage actions out of curiosity? So I could support rebels. I could slander their merchants, which would lower the global trade power by 10%. Yeah, I think I'm going to slander their merchants. That's going to hurt them throughout the world. Okay, we no longer have a truce with Ashanti. They should be becoming more loyal. Yeah, they're down to 61%. We'll keep expanding them. Is your fort finished, out of curiosity? I know time hasn't really been going on. Let's have a look. Military leader left us. Local unrest. Gain innovativeness. And lose prestige. Yeah, definitely want to gain innovativeness. Ulster does have a little bit of unrest, but that's okay. Tarantamese became self-sustaining. It's producing coffee. Yeah, I think I want to keep giving Irish Mexico more provinces to help them deal with all this land they have. They need the money. But yeah, I think I'm going to tariff New Ireland a little bit more. I think they can take it. New Irish Canada can also take it quite a bit. So I think I'm going to tariff them each twice. That'll bring my income up a bit. Ah, damn. I'm going to give them a little bit of time to core and stabilize this land before I start calling them into any more war. So I could probably focus on over here. And I think I should be able to fabricate another claim on Wari. And we can get started on that war. How much force limit do I have? I have a little bit of naval force limit room. and I think it would be a good idea. Early frigates. Did I get a new boat upgrade? I didn't notice. I did. What is the difference here? You have a... let's see, trade power of 2.5, whereas the current ships are... 3. It's a pretty significant thing. How much would it cost me to upgrade these? About 2,000 gold. Ouch. That'll be something we do maybe later. For now, just get 10 more ships to protect. Well, do I want to do that? That's... no. Well, I guess we'll do that because our sailors... our number of sailors should slowly increase over time. Well, let's get started on this war over here. Right after I get this force limit boost. Very nice. So now we have a big boost to our force limit, which makes us way scarier. We're up to 96 force limit. So I can turn these into doom stacks. What is the kind of military power we're looking at here? Okay. So primarily I'm going to focus on building up my main sort of doomstack army here. I kind of regret making those boats. I'm going to cancel them. You still got boats coming for you? Oh, you've got 2 coming, that's fine. Because I'm going to need to get more thingies. So I want artillery now. $10 is a good starting number for artillery. They're quite expensive to maintain. Let's put a leader in charge of this army. I need to wait for military power, though. Denmark is no longer a valid rival. That's because my military capacity jumped significantly. Pretty terrible leader, but that's okay. We will slowly start getting more army tradition as we get better forts. Let's see here. They're attacking Kilwa. No, Kilwa is where? I want to say it's over here. Okay. 30 ducats a month. These guys are all pretty loyal, which is nice. So I think this is the last time I can keep him because he's getting old. But I think it is worth it to keep him because we built him up over such a long period of time. Wida became self-sustaining. We're going to convert this. We are going to build a little mini stack, as I like to call them, which is going to be 6-1. So let's create a template. Can I right click this, delete it? We'll create a new template of 6-1. This will be called mini stack. And this is purely just for use in Africa while I have a tech advantage. It's just a cost efficient, cheap enough, does the job sort of thing. How are you doing? Okay, you're still converting here, so I might not call you to war. You have no allies. I think it's time to declare this war. All my allies will be called in, actually, automatically. Oh, I'm breaking a truce. When is our truce up? This is the question. Truce with in 6 years. Okay. I can wait 6 years. That's okay. Do I have claims on Mali? Okay, a lot is happening here. Ugh. Aristocrats are rejecting the Republic. We lost an admiral. So let's get these guys up to tier 1 so they're ready. Merchants call for increased imports. This would give some faction influence to the guild. Production efficiency. Yeah, I like the idea of getting a little bit of trade power, although the production efficiency is really nice. Let's gain mercantilism. Now, mercantilism does mean that we hurt our liberty desire, but I think it's worth it for the benefits of mercantilism are just incredible in terms of just across the world trade power. So we're going to hold off on this for as long as we can. Shipbuilding time reduced. 120 gold, we lost a little bit of it. 33 noble regiments. There we go. We were well prepared. They had way too much cavalry, not nearly enough artillery. It's going to be expensive to replace those, but it's fine. Relative power of my vassals should start coming down a bit. Yikes, we just lost 14,000 men. We've got another 7k stack. Let's send this guy to here. Alright. I want to conquer Zazu as soon as possible. Okay, another colony became self-sustaining. Probably up here. I'm going to leave this kind of alone for now. I want to make sure I get another colonial niche. Let's see. Where do I want to prioritize? I do want to get down to Panama. So I should have a stack sitting somewhere that's not doing anything. Yeah, you. Why don't you get down to Panama? How are you doing on stabilizing this land? You're working on it. It's almost all cored. That's normal. Aluas rose up and attacked us. We got a decent amount of money. Let's build another manufactory in here. Manufactories are important because one of the next, probably the one after this one, I think it is, the institution, the manufactories institution, it's based on having this. I am going to want to get another 10 base tax in my capital, or base development in my capital, so that I can get the next, so I can get a manufactory in here. So that's probably what I'm going to work on. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and we'll get it up there. This has the effect of giving me more sailors, which is definitely something I need. I already have some inflation, so I could probably afford to buy down here, and that'll save me a bit of money. Tropical wood and Aluas. Nice, we converted the heretics here. I'm not going to worry about converting the culture, but I will go ahead and create a trading company province. And that will mean my West African charter has 23%. Hopefully once I get these 3 provinces and get them sorted, they'll be in much better shape. Let's keep going here. Internal conflicts in Zazu. Okay. I'll just lose some military power right now, because military power tends to be in an abundance in the late game. They have a colony near me. The Grain Coast. Let's see. We'd lose ducats, we'd gain diplo power. I think that's a good exchange, actually. Gaining diplo power there for ducats. It can be hard to generate monarch points, and that's kind of like the thing that I want the most, because I want to develop. Okay, so my leader died. And now I mostly want to do diplomacy. So I'm going to take him, and then I'm going to focus on admin. It sounds like a plan. We'll get more diplo. Bold fighter, land leader shock. Mobile became self-sustaining. I'm trying to remember where mobile is. I think mobile is over here in New Louisiana. Have to work on that. Yeah. Or, sorry, it is in Colonial East America. These very nice coastal things are giving me a lot of manpower and stuff. Oof, lose that much manpower. I don't have a lot of manpower reserves. Like, this is a good, like, 2.5 years worth of manpower. And I don't have much. So I actually don't really mind losing the professionalism here. Get more base tax on the Ivory Coast. We can purchase another ability. And there's some cool stuff here. Cheaper artillery for the Mughals. Goods produced for Commonwealth and Poland. Reinforced cost for Persia. God damn, that's really nice. I think I'll go ahead and take war score cost versus other religions. Humanist or religious? Yeah, I'm not really interested in either of those. They're both great, but I think they're better early. They're better to take early game to stabilize your realm. Panama rose up. That's alright. There's Irish Mexico coming along. They're probably going to have to deal with at least one rebellion, so I don't want to go to war until they have that potential rebellion under wraps. I have a 3 stack still exploring up here. He's generating nice stuff for me. The Incan Empire is gargantuan. God damn. You can see tech is starting to become more modernized. I do have a limited window here. I think it's the next, like, 50 years. Man, is this really how much I'm going to spend for this? I'm just going to lose the admin power here. Colonial Colombia is the sole domain of France. Okay, buddy. Buddy boy. Truce with France, eh? Interesting. Spain doesn't seem to have really expanded here. In fact, it looks like they've receded a little bit up here. Saxony. I'm kind of surprised Provence is the thing. Guaranteeing the independence of Provence. Very interesting. I want to save up for this again. I want to build it in my capital, so I want to spend my points on that too. I'll take the prestige here because I don't care about the Inca. Oh, there we go. We are getting even more gold mines now. It's kind of hard to hover on that. We are getting a decent amount of inflation from that, which is rough to deal with. So, yeah, I want to start developing in here again. So I think all development contributes to sailors. This is starting to get real expensive. Let's see, Sacagawea give me 20 years of high speed. I'll just take prestige. I think I'd like to send privateers after Spain as well, so that I can get even more power projection. New Ireland's opinion of Ireland is -50. It's loyal protectionism. Competition is good for everyone. Okay. Oh, I thought this had already happened. So I would get a really good admiral. I would get the thing. I would get her as a thing. I already have a level 3 advisor that's half price, so I don't really care for this. I think I'd like her as an admiral. I did kind of lose my admiral. And I'm going to put her in charge of the home fleet. And I'm actually going to split off a little bit of this fleet to send against Spain. Like maybe 15 ships, 16 ships. I'll send these guys back to protect trade in the North Sea. And then we'll take these other 16 ships, stick Podrick in there, and tell him to privateer at the Seville. That's too far away. It's actually almost just not too far away. Well, I guess where could I protect trade that would increase my value significantly? Probably the Caribbean. Yeah, I might build trade things in here too. They're all pulling it towards Sevilla. Portugal is pulling and so is Spain. So I think I'm going to protect trade in the Caribbean because I think that's a bit of a choke point. So let me grab those 16 ships and send them to protect trade in the Caribbean. That should result in a pretty big profit for me. Being able to transfer more. Okay, they declared war on Scotland. This will be interesting. Scotland's been doing well. They've been expanding down here. I wonder if this would become a territory colonial nation. Do I lose Diplo power or lose mercantilism? I think I lose the Diplo power. Because I think that's pretty even. Because promoting mercantilism is actually cheaper, so I'm better to lose. Or maybe I was better to lose. Yeah, no, I'm better to lose the Diplo power. Because promoting mercantilism costs almost twice as much. Shanti to La Panex. So I've got 3 years until I can declare war on Zazu. Alright, I want to develop my capital. My god, it's getting expensive every time I click. Yep, mercantilism, please. Sunni Zealots, not entirely unexpected. This is kind of what we were hoping for. I will lose the military power. Military powers are kind of in abundance right now. Trading in slaves. Quarantine the port. Doomsday. Maghreb. Send the hunter out again. Got my 10 stack to help here. Can I get a leader over here? He's an okay leader. Oh, I have too many leaders. Damn. Who's my weakest leader? Should really be drilling this army. We'll boot out that new guy. I thought I had room for one more leader, but I was wrong because I forgot I got that Grania. Get over here. I should be able to take on these guys without too much trouble. So that means the unrest in here should be a little bit better. So are you converting? You are trying to convert here. Or at least you were. I'll gain the admin power. Military access, you may have it. Irish Mexico. So again, I really want to develop my capital province. Lots of trade power in here. It's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, I want to get this up to 50 so that I can build a manufactory here. Laos has become self-sustaining. Okay, that's nice. I can start building up Colonial Colombia. Colonial Peru. Yeah, there's a few of these I want to grab. Poor Scotland. I'm subsidizing them, so hopefully they can survive. Uh, 55% tariff value in New Ireland. Would that be a reasonable thing to do? Let's see, they have plenty of spare cash. Their tariff value isn't very high. So we'll go ahead and take a few extra ducats off them. Our income is falling, but a lot of our money is tied up in diplomatic expenses right now. Which is totally reasonable. I could also go to hire these guys. Missionary strength +2. Trade efficiency here. I think that guy would be worth it. Saved by a princess. Cool. Yes, base tax. This is getting more and more expensive every time I click on it. It's like getting exponentially more expensive. Okay, we lost an advisor. He was a +3 who was cheap. I'll take this guy because he'll save me money. Even though it'll cost me a lot of money, but he'll save me money too. Oh, Jesus. Give me this guy. By trampling on the riches of faraway countries and selling them in the markets, the Irish traders managed to progressively impose themselves. Is this because the traders are 100% influence? Okay. So we're going to go with the path that gains Republican tradition. I don't want to lose Republican tradition. That will hurt my stability. This is something I forgot that I was supposed to manage, is make sure I swap between these. Navy tradition, positive stability. So let's build up the bureaucrats a little bit. Need to make sure I'm boosting these guys. Okay, we lost a little bit of stability, but it's not the end of the world. There's the guilds have taken over. The guilds are actually quite nice, because they give the construction costs and the goods produced, which is really, really nice. Now, the global trade power and the naval maintenance modifier is quite nice too. I think the main advantage of the aristocrats is sailors, right? Yeah, national sailors, which is pretty good. Loose lips, so foreign spy detection is down. To save up these points. Fortunately, I'm... Okay, prestige. I think I want to gain the ducats. And then I'm going to go ahead and I might enact another policy here. Global settler increase, and I think another global settler increase here is worth the military points, in particular because I can get the land force limit modifier, which will mean my army is even bigger. I'm up to 100 force limit with 50-something thousand actual manpower. So let's go ahead and build a manufactory in here. Got a few of them left. And I'll keep steaming through here. Now, we've got about a year until we can declare the war in Zazu. Let's see. Boundary dispute. I guess we could declare this war. Cherokee, Ottawa thingy. So, do you have any claims now? So, could I get you to do a colonial war? Irish Mexico. I think if I'm going to get them to do a war, I want to double check. How are their unrest doing? Their unrest is actually okay. Their unrest is a little bit painful because they're doing conversions, but I think it's actually fine here. I'm going to bring these guys down. I'll add a couple of cavalry and a couple of cannons. Just because these guys are probably up in tech a little bit. No, they're actually not. But I'll add a couple of cavalry and a couple of cannons. And we'll start to work on that. Alright. So goods produced is definitely something I want to do in all these territories as well, to increase the value of this node. So I've got 10 years to make this the highest value trade node in the world, and I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. But the good news is I make okay money. How much are we transferring here now? So we've got a bigger share of this. How much naval force limit do we have? We have quite a bit. I think I might actually reinforce the fleet I have over here. I'm going to set you to just normal repair, and then we'll add like another... I'll get one more ship in here. And hopefully this will start pulling more and more money to me instead of to these other guys. +5. I mean, my trade node isn't terrible. I will say that. I should probably be privateering more here. Wow, 10% of the trade power in here is due to the pirates. Wow, I could actually probably take even more of this node. Now, you only get a certain percentage of the piracy in a node. The rest just kind of disappears, so it's a way to basically steal money from someone, and I'm hoping that stealing money from England is doing good work. Eventually, I'd like to get up to be a bigger army. Panama has become self-sustaining. That's really good. I have another colonist to send. And I want to get down the coastline a little bit. Natives lose a hey, Brandenburg is going through a golden era. I wonder if they're going to try to become Prussia. It'd be pretty interesting if they go for that. Poland's doing okay. Russia is warning someone, and they want Lithuania badly. How are the Ottomans doing? Okay, the Ottomans have actually taken the Balkans. They should be coming up against Austria soon. Now, you are in a personal union. You are not. Okay, the map is starting to take shape. Looks like Morocco is actually pushing Portugal out of here again. That's really interesting. Persia has actually formed, and it looks like they might be trying to fight the Ottomans. The Great Horde still exists. A little bit of Spain. Spain's doing some global world action. Portugal is really starting to take over Brazil. I've got a really good hold on America so far. I pretty much kicked Spain out, which I feel pretty good about. France and England are at war. Okay, we lost 2 ducats from privateering. I think it is time to declare this war. Now that we have our troops in position, because I don't want to lose any more of these. What I will quickly do is fabricate any other claims I need. So let's go ahead and declare this war. We're going to take Sikkwak, or whatever it's called. And then I'm also going to declare war on these guys. So I need to wait for that. Let's get you guys in position here. Okay, the unrest is starting to be in a better place. How are you doing, little vassal? Shanti. Okay, they're in pretty good shape because I'm subsidizing them. And you can see that. Truce with Zazu just ended. This just became self-sustaining. Now this is in a colonial Mexico, so I'm curious why that didn't flip over. There it is, it flipped. Now this is producing livestock. That's reasonable. Irish Mexico is doing really good. Go there. I have like multiple wars. Managing a global empire is actually quite tough. I'm a little bit, I don't know. No, I don't want to say surprised, but I'm not sure I'm pulling it off just quite yet. I think Ivory Coast is almost fully done. All these are in the thingy and they've been converted. Have you fabricated claims for me yet? No, you haven't, so I'm hoping... I'm not sure how to encourage them to. I thought if I tell them I want these provinces that they will try to fabricate on them. Okay, let's go here and get this fort knocked down. Sligo's done all the converting. Natives. Alright. Natives, okay. Ivory Coast is now self-sustaining. So now I want to start doing these, so I can bring this guy over to fight this war. In the meantime, I'm going to quickly, let's see, where can I get another colony going? That wouldn't be terrible. I guess a colony over here be okay. Let's split these in half. That one will get done reasonably quickly. Okay, so I think I can upgrade my capital now to the point of no return. And then I can get this farm estate. I'm not interested in going to war with Britain. Like, I mean, that's cool and all, and we have missions for it, and it would be fun, but it's not, you know, I don't care. You know, I really don't care. I'm more interested in just having the island of Ireland be overpowered. I think it's more fun if Great Britain exists. Just go for this kind of global colonial empire as a minor, essentially. Okay, so let's have a look. What could we take here? I guess we could basically take everything. If I were to transfer... I guess I could transfer all of this to Irish Mexico. And then if I just go into here and say, hey, give all this stuff. Please, thanks, Kate. Colima, Tlaxcala, and Tarascan would possibly form a coalition against me, but that's fine. That's fine. So how is their income? Because they're going to be struggling for a while. Okay, they got a big chunk of that spoils of war. That'll help them. They have a treasury, like... We got the Siege of Benin done. Let's get one of these stacks moving. We do want to convert this province to our religion. I have exiled armies. What the hell are you doing up here? Whatever. Ayogala just became self-sustaining. Keep expanding. Wrong one. Well, this is self-sustaining as well. We now control this province. Okay. Get up here, move through. We're controlling a bunch of stuff. What are we building, by the way? I've got a farm estate building in Mead. And that should line me up. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to get this institution to spawn in my territory. But I have an okay chance of getting... I have an okay chance of getting manufactories. And even if I don't, I'll get it pretty quick because I have manufactories. Now, in terms of the Enlightenment... Not too worried about that. But our capital is up to a really, really nice amount of development. It's still pretty expensive. But I think as we get later in the game, I think there is a development cost reduction. Yeah, here it's 17. So that'll be nice too to help keep us skyrocketing. Zazu has come under the occupation. So let's see if they're willing to give me the 3 provinces that I want. I just want these 3. You give me all your gold. You'll send me war reparations. Maybe I could get transfer trade power too. No, they won't do that. Did I release a nation? No. I'm gonna take these 3. We'll core them. We do have a fort here. We are going to want to upgrade that, I think. If we have a fort there, is that giving me army tradition out of curiosity? It is giving me a very small amount of army tradition. I'm going to upgrade it. Because it is in an important place. I can't do that while it's building up though. I think I'll put the other one in Gold Coast. Since this is an important center of trade. Right? It is? Gold Coast? Yeah, it's a coastal center of trade, and I think having a fort there to keep it safe during global wars. Or at the very least, not necessarily safe, but, you know, somewhat maintained. Okay, somebody is privateering my trade routes now. Spain and Russia. Alright, let's grab the heavies. One mothball, give me the heavies. Your goal is to hunt pirates in the North Sea. I'm gonna repair up while you do that. The hope is that this will reduce the privateering efficiency here. And I'm gonna add some more heavies. How many heavies can I build? I'll probably get away with 2 more heavies. Build the 2 of them in my cap. Military access from France, sure thing. My corruption is growing from overextension. That's reasonable. I think I can pay that down. It's expensive. But I think I'm losing a lot of... What am I losing money to here? Navies? Are my main navies expensive? Okay. I guess the fort maintenance is hurting me. Diplomatic expenses are hurting me too. Okay. Yeah, our income just isn't as high as it used to be, but it should get better. Gain 1 stability or gain 50 prestige. I like stability actually a little bit better. Wow. Okay, black news. Lost our admiral. We converted the Ivory Coast. Irish Mexico. Yeah, let them expand freely. Go for it, dude. Get your expansion on, Irish Mexico. They can't really afford more tariffs. Irish Canada could afford more tariffs. So I think I'll go up twice on them. 42% is like a good level to be at. New Ireland could probably afford another tariff click as well. That'll help me fund my empire. Ashanti is still a little bit disloyal. But my hope is, having enforced my religion, that'll tick away over time. I guess I could placate them again, and get them closer to being. Well, now they're loyal, so they will help in wars, which is what I want. Now, I do need to be careful here, because institutions are spreading. These people are going to catch up in tech. You can see they're starting to embrace institutions. How close am I to a new tech? We're about 15% off, which means 2 years. So I'm going to start saving up points for that. Since this has been converted, I think I can add it to trade node. And let me have a quick look at this. So this would give me 50%, but the inflation, I don't know if it's worth it yet. What I might do is I might build some markets in here, even though they're not a huge amount of trade power. There's not a huge amount of provincial trade power in here, from what I can tell. Yeah, if we can get a bit more of that provincial trade power, we'll be in good shape. The trade power here is reduced due to the local autonomy. It's part of the problem. But we should be increasing it. Once I have these cored and converted, I'm not going to keep this guy. I'm going to replace him with a military candidate. And he has discipline plus 5%. Natives lose ferocity. Hoping to get a new colonist soon so I can start expanding over here. Gain this admin power. Okay, that's normal. A little bit of fighting. Yeah, you can have military access. So you're working on coring all this land. Great job, New Mexico. Or Irish Mexico, rather. You'll be sending another treasure fleet soon. Where's the other gold? There's a decent amount of gold left down here to grab. Okay, we're now almost pulling as much gold as they were. This way. Steering a decent amount. Decent amount getting steered. Only 25% here. I'd like to steer a bit more. So I think that's going to be part of my fleet expansion. I do need to deal with these sailors. I don't get a huge amount of sailors from these though. It's not very good. What I might do is, after this tech, I might do some development. Lost my general. I want to be drilling this army here, so I'm getting professionalism. Let's grab a leader. Let's stick him in there and we'll drill. I have plenty of gold. Not a huge amount of income. Did I lose loyalty on one of these guys? No. Where is my money going? Let's see. Sinanola, Plateau. Where's my income dropped? Damn, I just spending that much money on stuff? Next. Lost a little bit to that. That's okay. Where did my expenses go up? My advisors are eating up a big chunk. Diplomatic expenses are rough. Scotland, are you still expanding? I'm paying you two. I'm going to cancel subsidies with Scotland now. Who else? Could I cancel subsidies with one of my other vassals? See here. No, you definitely need that because you're maintaining a fort for me. Irish Mexico is still in a rough spot. I could probably lower their subsidies, but I'm going to leave them because they're kind of getting bigger. Yeah, okay. We'll just continue to develop nice and slowly. Take it easy. Okay, we lost claims down here. That's fine because it already belongs to our vassal. It's great. If you look down here, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I can see little dots moving around the map. It's fantastic. Okay, so I could go to a level 3 advisor here. I'd start losing money. I think I'm just going to take the national tax modifier and hope that that brings up my income a little. Okay, Mosquito became self-sustaining. That's fine. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on expanding over here and start expanding Colombia. Beninese separatists. So it looks like it's going to be a 26 stack. Can I reduce that? Let's see. I guess I could raise autonomy and lower the chance that that happens. I could also stamp out the uprising. Spend a little bit of military points on that. And then just hope that we can get through the next few months to get these cored. And that should help a little bit. The overextension problem. Trade protection, casus belli, religious civil disorder, colonialism, casus belli. Okay, now we have these three as our cores. So let's increase the autonomy. Then we will handle we're going to harsh treatment again because we have the points to spare. No one have to deal with an uprising. And we'll start converting. Because intolerance is a significant thing here. Now, I don't think I can accept overseas cultures because they need to be in core states. Scotland wants an alliance. No. I want more vassals eventually. Ashanti, have you fabricated claims for me? Why have you not fabricated claims? What the hell, dude? I must... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a break here. I'm going to figure out, is there a way I can encourage my vassals to fabricate claims? Otherwise, I'm just going to fabricate claims and then feed my vassal, even if he's unwilling. Just a couple of provinces at a time from Mali. Probably go for Oyo next. Purely because this vassal is going to feed me and feed me its goods, because I'm getting a certain amount of trade power here. I won't say it. Receives 9 trade power from Ashanti. There you go. So yeah. Wait, where are we sending this? To the Caribbean. That's exactly where we want to be sending it. Alright, I'm going to call that the end of this episode. I'm going to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to support the channel. And remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. We got through about 14 years-ish. So we'll save that game. And I love you all very much. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Actually, you know what? Let's take a moment here to check out the statistics. We have... see, stability, prestige, admin tax. We have 31 provinces, almost good religious unity. Manpower, infantry, cavalry. Damn. We have the 5th largest army. We have the largest navy. We have the 19th most provinces, the 9th highest province value, the 3rd highest income, and the 4th highest trade income. So we're definitely on a trajectory to be a superpower. I mean, we're the 6th great power. I'd like to get up to a little bit higher than that, but 6th is pretty good. Like, we're higher than Great Britain, and that's almost entirely because we've been shoving monarch points into our provinces to get them to develop. And speaking of which, I have the wrong thing on, don't I? You know, I could probably, like, now a lot of these provinces are still really cheap. It's just mainly my capital that's expensive, but having a really nice big capital is very enticing to me. 60. It's getting a little bit expensive to do this, so I don't know if this is what we're going to keep doing here. I'm definitely, right before I end the episode, like sign off, well, I've already signed off, but right before I actually close it out, I think I'd like sailors, but I don't think that's a thing I can get. Monthly autonomy, institution spread, I don't care too much about that. Don't care about resistance to reformation. Local trade power or military recruitment are both kind of appealing to me, but I think I'm going to go for protect trade. Because provincial trade power is pretty important. And let's go ahead and protect trade. Protect trade. Alright. I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.